what's up? It's Sonia and Sandra back for another episode of Twins Talk Tubi. And we're in the month of June, and this month's theme is road trips. So the movie that we're going to review today is called Scenic Route. This movie came out in 2013, and this is the premise. When lifelong friends who have drifted apart get stranded in the desert, what begins as a minor aggravation descends into a life and death battle. And of course, as always, we're going to start off with our first time reactions of the movie. So on the count of three, we'll go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. Good. Okay, so off the bat, I gotta say, we do this show, Twins Talk Tubi, to review horror movies. This is not a horror movie.
Not at all.
All right. I picked the movie because I was just going through different movies on Tubi and I saw this was a road trip movie and I was like, oh, put it. And there was a poster with the actor with blood on it. So I was like, oh, okay, this will work.
And the premise kind of
And it alluded to some kind of something. Yes, that too. So I was like, but it was not a horror movie.
No.
I'm telling you off the bat. Okay. But I didn't want to give it a thumbs down because of that.
Right.
I was just watching it as just I'm watching the movie.
Yes.
Not I'm watching a movie for this and it's a horror movie. Oh, it's not, oh, it sucks kind of thing.
Right.
Okay.
I thought the same way.
Okay, very good. I just wanted to put that out there from the beginning. Anyway, so the movie, like the premise says, there's two guys, they're friends, and they're on this road trip, and they're in the desert, driving down the desert, and most of the movie is them kind of talking, and they're driving, and the car kind of it breaks down, right? And it's one of the guys trying to fix it, and the other guy's in the car. Well, and then the guy, it's so. It did seem like something happened with one of the guys was married and had a kid and, had this typical kind of 8 hours a day job. And he kind of lost touch. I don't want to say lost touch, but he didn't have the same friendship he had with his other friend.
Yeah.
So I think they were just trying to do this trip to kind of rekindle the friendship and, try to stay close and
to stay connected.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But so a lot of the movie, especially in the beginning, it was them talking about their kind of the life and where they are now, and and then one of the guys was kind of upset because his life didn't turn out the way he wanted it. He wanted to do other things and blah blah blah. And his other friend was kind of like telling him that he should be doing what he wants and things like that, kind of. And at one point the guy was like, oh, I want to do I wish I always wanted to do a mohawk. And the guy said, come on, let's just do it now. He had this little freaking scissors on a Swiss Army knife and doing it in the dark in the desert with the light from the car and like crazy. Anyway, so they're doing stuff like that. They get into a fight and everything, and the car's broken down. Cars are dry. Maybe I think the whole movie, maybe 2 cars pass by.
Yeah.
There's one car, the first car, the guy tried to give him a hose or something to fix the car, and that didn't work or something. And another lady came down and she got scared and drove off or whatever. So they're kind of in the car, I guess, trying to.
Well, no, the first car came with that old man in it.
Yeah.
And he was gonna give them a ride, and one of them was gonna take it, and the other guy was trying to say, no, we don't need it. And he's like, what are you talking about? And it turns out that this guy rigged the car so it wouldn't start because he was trying to get more time with him to kind of, I think, kind of to convince him about, look what you've done with your life. Like you married this woman who's like awful, and you have this boring life. You used to be a musician and you used to do all this stuff, and you love that, and you now in this like boring 9 to 5 with this boring marriage and whatever. And after that, they kind of like got into the the arguing and the insults, and then the physical fight.
And they got into a fight, like a fight, like beating up on each other, hitting each other to the point where they broke hand, nose, and bleeding.
Yeah.
like really bad.
Yeah.
And then there, and then it just becomes a little bit silly
Yeah.
in the middle because again, they're in the desert by themselves. There's no cars coming back and forth. They end up just kind of talking, and then one guy is like knocked out from the fight for a
And then
while.
the car at this point is really broken down. Like they
Yeah,
can't.
yeah, they can't use it. So they're kind of some point they're sitting in the car, and then other points they're outside because they had to find the guy was laying in the dirt,
Yeah.
and then and then they thought he was dead, so he was digging him a grave to put him in, and then he woke up when he was dragging him to the thing. He said, "What are you doing?" And it was whole a little bit funny, but it wasn't
Yeah.
like
Like they were
overly.
trying, like they were trying to make it a little bit funny, but it was just like,
But it wasn't, but
they
not in
didn't
a
have to
bad
do.
way. Yeah. It wasn't like not funny, like it sucked. It was just
There
they
was no
didn't
need for
need to
that.
do that, right? They didn't need to do that.
There was no need to do that.
So they get, I mean, I don't think we need to go too much into this movie, to be honest, because that whole what we're talking about now, it was a big chunk of it. Just
Yeah.
stranded in the desert, fighting, arguing, talking. That's a big chunk in the middle, and we're not going to go into every conversation in detail, right?
Right.
But towards the end, they say one of the guys is like, "Look, we need to get out of here and find a way. So let's get up, let's go walking, and we'll find something, whatever, find somewhere." And they do that, and then again, that's more kind of sleeping in the desert and talking and stuff.
Yeah.
Eventually, they get out and they get home, right? The one of the friends that has a family is happy to be home and seems to be happy now with the wife and all of
Yeah.
that. He calls his friend, he tells him to come stay with us, we'll help you out. Stay with us. He's coming and whatever, all this stuff. He guy quits his job and he's gonna go on this world kind of trip with his wife and son, like just travel and go country hopping and all that. That's the idea, seems like.
Right.
And the friend stayed behind because he was writing a book about the trip that they
Right.
did, right? And then it gets, I'm not gonna say, I don't want to say weird, but it gets a little bit um supernatural in a sense at the end, at the very, very end, maybe the within the last 10 minutes of it, 8 minutes of the movie.
I
Guy's
don't know if I
sleeping.
would say supernatural, but
No, supernatural. I'm trying to think of the right word, but it's just strange, I guess.
it's strange.
He's sleeping next to his wife. He kind of up. He wakes up. He decides to call his friend. And he says, I don't know. I have this weird feeling that maybe we didn't make it out of the desert. And then the life we're living now is just kind of the idea of a good life that we've had in our minds. And
Right.
it's just
So basically, like
we're
we're in a
fading
dream
out.
right now.
Yeah. And the friend on the phone's like, "What are you talking about? Now you woke me, in the middle of the night. You should be sleep. You're probably tired. You should go sleep or so." And yeah, it's just I don't know. I can't shake this, and it just seems like it's too good to be true now
Yeah.
that things are working out and going our way and etc. And then you hear, and then the phone cuts off, and the guy's looking at the phone. He puts the phone on. He looks at the phone, and the phone's broken.
Yes.
Phone's
Like
broken,
it was in the desert.
like it wasn't that like broken, like not in use, like you can't use it.
Right.
And then he goes back to the bed and lays, and then he starts thinking. So now at the end, I'm thinking, wow, maybe that's true. So that's what made it a suspense.
Yeah.
I feel like the whole movie I don't even know what kind of movie I would call this.
It had a little bit of like drama and
Yeah,
thriller a
maybe a
little bit.
thriller drama, yeah. But
Yeah,
at the end, definitely,
that's how kind of I would
yeah,
categorize
I
it.
could see that. Definitely at the end was this suspense factor that
Yeah.
kind of
Because it could, because
any little twist at the end there, because I didn't
yeah,
expect
because
that to
no,
happen.
yeah, me either. Yeah.
So, which I actually liked. I thought it was, oh, that's
Yeah.
interesting that this would be like that because otherwise, how would it end? Just them being like back to normal life, and I probably would have gave it
Yeah.
a thumbs down after that
Right.
if it happened like that. But
The fact that they showed, it was a good like 20, maybe 20, 15, 20 minutes at the end when they were in this better life and
yeah, yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
And then at the very end, you see that, well, maybe it really is not like
Not
this.
like this.
And they're not living this life and they're still in the desert, like you said, and they're just dreaming this or
Oh, they're probably dead.
that, right. And this is just right. So, but they don't go into that.
They don't go
They
into
don't
it.
go into
Yeah.
that again. Kind of like ends there. It
Hmm.
kind of makes you think, is that true or is it, So
Yeah.
yeah, it was a pretty good way that they ended the movie, I think.
Yes. So, I mean, yeah, I think guys, check this out again. This movie's on Tubi. So, let us know what you think about the movie if you watch it in the comments. And as always, we're Sonia and Sandra, part of the Horror Flick Chicks. This is the Horror Flick Chicks YouTube channel, and our Twins Talk Tubi videos are all on this channel. And you can also follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Threads. Horror Flick Chicks. And we also have a podcast called the Horror Flick Chicks Podcast, also here on our YouTube channel and streaming on several audio platforms. So check us out. Make sure you like and subscribe. And until next time, we are signing out. Twin Talk Tubi. So that's all. Bye. Bye.